Hello, this is Barron J. Damon from the Giving While Black podcast. This is my very first podcast about this particular subject matter. And so let me tell you why this is important and why I want you to listen to the podcast. When you think about giving while black, or when you think about while black, it always has a negative connotation, right? And we know it because we heard it in the media, on TV, everywhere. We know that while black means something negative in our society. You know, driving while black, we know the ramifications behind that. Walking and running while black. We've seen black men and women getting killed either walking or running. How about sitting in your dorm room while black? Going to the wrong house while black? Bird watching while black? Buying or showing your home while black? And I can tell you, and there's so many other ones that's out there that we know about. But I wanted to change the narrative, and hopefully you will allow me to change the narrative. And that narrative is giving while black. And so this podcast is all about how do we uplift, amplify, and celebrate Black philanthropists, Black philanthropy, and also people of color. I want this podcast to be about a celebration of all the wonderful things that we're doing in our communities every single day. Yes, you who are listening, I know you're out doing incredible work in your local communities. So we want to talk with you. This is a guest format show, and we will have guests, hopefully from all over the world, in different walks of life, talking about philanthropy. But it just won't be a dry, monotone kind of conversation. It's going to be a real conversation, but it's also going to be celebratory, but also fun. So when you come on our podcast, expect to have a good time and to share your experience about philanthropy. One thing I've understood over the years is a lot of times people don't recognize themselves as philanthropists. And we want you to know and understand how important it is for you, your time, your talent, and your treasure to make a difference. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or wealthy, or you have a lot of money or not, but you can give your time, you can give your talent, and you can also give your treasure. And we want to talk about those things. And we want to highlight, amplify, and celebrate all the wonderful things that you're doing in this community. So that's what this show is about. And we hope you tune in. This is part one of a two-part series, just you getting to know me as your host. The goal of this show is simple, and let me say it again, just in case you're just tuning in. We want to uplift the work that you're doing. We want to amplify your voice. We want you to be able to tell your stories about philanthropy and the difference that you're making in your community. And we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate you because when you turn on the TV, you're not getting a celebration. You're getting the other aspects of While Black. I'm proud to be a Black man. And I'm proud because we are a very determined people, a very strong people, but also a people that give back to their communities. And I'm so happy to have that history and the ancestors who have given so much to us for us to be here. And this is one of the ways we get to celebrate them by the work that we're doing every day. And so, listeners, I want you to call in. I want you to invite others to listen to the podcast. If you're interested in being on the podcast, you can go to barrondamon.com, and set up an appointment, and we would love to talk with you. We have a production intern. Her name is Adi Perez, and she'll be reaching out to people, setting up these interviews that we can talk with you. We want to have everyday people that maybe you've never heard their name before. We want to have celebrities, well-known people who are giving back in their communities, but never really talk about their philanthropy. How about athletes, musicians, people who are giving out, but also people who work at philanthropic institutions, people who started their own nonprofits, young people, old people, just a gamut of people who are making a difference in their communities. And I want you, that's right, you, to help me find those people. We're looking forward to this incredible podcast that's going to celebrate the lives of Black people, people of color, who are giving back to their communities every day. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for tuning in. And just remember to live in freedom every day.